Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about this P28 with a Hondata S300 and why it's not working. We're super excited to be able to go through and fix these things. They're getting really old. And today, this isn't really going to be a how to fix this, yet more of an idea that you're going to be able to take a look at what goes into this, putting it together, and just getting an idea of it. All right, we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna remove the cover. I already put the Hondata clear cover on there. Just kind of test fit it, check it out. And we're gonna remove that. We're gonna take apart the board here on the back side. We're gonna get this board out, and I'm gonna hold up and kind of try to show you some of these pieces that aren't looking too good. And we'll get them swapped out. I was able to source a few of these. I think it was from like a HA Motorsports. I got the C14, that's like the massive one. And then here's all the other associated smaller ones. You'll see on here, one of them is just completely ate its leg off from the acid. These things swell up over time, and yeah, that just pretty much consumes itself. The big C14 one you'll see on sometimes on the board, they'll just start eating the whole board. And luckily, we don't have that problem here. So hopefully we put some soldering skills to use and get these fixed. We'll get them swapped out and we'll see if it starts the car. If so, we can start tuning. If not, we'll figure that out when we get there. Also, one thing to consider, this isn't a how-to, as I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of different ways to go about doing these computer things. I know enough just to get myself in trouble. Supposedly you gotta like ground yourself, make sure there's no static, so just keep in mind, do your research on that. I'm just showing you kind of how not to do it. Here you can see the C24, the C21, the C15, and the C14. The C15 is the one that actually has the legs that basically ate themselves. You can kind of move it around. It's done. So we're gonna replace that. We're gonna replace the C24 because it's oozing and looking rough also. Actually, looks like one of the legs ate off. C21, and while we're in here, we're gonna go ahead and do this C14. I got like a paint pen here. I'm gonna go through and try to identify where they are on the other side. It's not too terribly hard. I basically used the C14 to kind of locate myself and then kind of count over from there. So you can see here's the C14. Go ahead and mark that. Once we get the old pieces taken out, we're gonna clean up the board. So we're gonna use some rubbing alcohol and some Q-tips to get through and clean all that crap up. As you can see, there's a whole lot in there. So we're gonna pop these out and get to cleaning. All right, so we got this first one out. Looked a little bit swollen, but probably perfect time to swap that out. Let's see. Interesting, the new one is a little bit smaller, but it has all the right stats on it. You need to make sure the line is on the right side. So we got the negative side on there. Bend these back, we're gonna add some solder in there. Seal it up. If you guys can't tell, I'm just winging it. This is definitely my first time dealing with this and just kind of going for it. I think that was a pretty good solder piece. If you look in here, it's right up there. We'll be honest, it's pretty ugly, but it's replaced, it's in there. So we'll see. We'll move on to this next one. This one right here is very He's only holding on by one limb. I think we're only getting better from here on out. I didn't clean that one off after I pulled it out. Luckily it wasn't completely messed up, so I think it'll be okay. This next one I'm gonna do is the actual broken one. And that one's gonna probably take some cleaning up. So let's see if we can get it out. Who knows, maybe by the time we're done, we'll have this figured out. Let's see if we can see this. This is the one that was completely ate itself. You can see it busted. We're definitely gonna have to clean that up on the board. You can actually see right in here where that's all ate up. So we're gonna try to clean that up. That's disgusting, but it's coming up. When I got this ECU, it was a P28 with Hondata already installed. The Hondata is properly getting power, lighting up, everything looks good. I can erase it, update it, load a map, but it doesn't start. And then I popped it open and this is where I saw this. So when I got it, I knew it wasn't working. I just didn't know what it was. All right, as we can see now, this area, that was all just crusty. Nice and clean. So let's see if we can install the new one. Let's see which one kind of matches the size. This is C15. It's a 35 volt, 33 UF. 35 volt, 33 UF for C15. So let's see if we can slide that in there. Remember, the side with the line is a negative, which pairs up to the side on here that has a line. You'll see it. And man, there's probably a better way to do this. I think if I was getting more of the solder out, probably be better, but bear with me. I'm impressed I'm this far into it. Started, and I'm kind of lining it up over here, heating this backside. Gets the job done. All right, I have to say, that one was much better. That's actually the one that was for sure broken. And it looks like we're good to go. I'm gonna pop these other ones out. They're a little gross too. I feel like we're getting better. All right, let's keep moving forward. That was definitely popped, ready to go too. So 47, 10, 47 UF. Here we go. Now remember, white is the negative. Let's clean it up first. All right, that's another one done. Those solders are probably the best looking ones so far. So it seems like each time I'm getting a little better. Considering this is my first actual time doing this, it's pretty good. All right, let's yank out this other one. All right, looks like we got most of that one out. A 35-33. 35-33, we'll pop that in there. Again, white for the ground side. Alright, I'll say that's the best looking one. So third time's the charm, huh? I think that's about gonna do it though, based off of what these all look like. I'd go as far as saying that that's probably good. All right, now that we got all that done, we're gonna put it all back together. We'll stick it in the car and see if we can upload a base map. And then also from the Hondata screen, I'm gonna go ahead and test out the, you can click the button to manually test the fuel pump. One of the key signs that this was messed up was I was not able to manually activate the fuel pump. So by not being able to do that, that meant something was wrong on the inside. So I'm gonna put this all back together and see if we can do that now. And if we can, we'll go ahead and upload a base map and See if we can't get this thing to fire up. All right, it's all back together. Let's go stick it in there and see if we can get this thing to start. All right, so now we're all set up here. We got the P28 plugged in. It's using a OBD2A to OBD1 jumper harness. We're gonna get this tapped into the computer. I'm gonna check the fuel pressure, see if we can get that turned on, upload a map, see if we can start the car. It's plugged up to the computer, to the car. It's in the on position. We have power on the S300. We were able to upload a stock base map through the Hondata S300. And now I'm doing the test outputs. So we're connected to everything, it's good. Testing to see if I can get the fuel pump to turn on. Which it's not. Go ahead and give it a little start, see what it does. Same thing it's been doing the whole time. Not wanting to start. Do some more troubleshooting. We'll get back at it and see where we go from here. There are a couple more resistors I could swap out. There's also a resistor, I guess it's not a resistor, but it's a piece that's a little bit longer. I grabbed one of those. They said that's usually has to do with the fuel pump. So I'm gonna swap that one out too. We'll get back to it and see what we can make happen.